What is up? What's going on, everybody? Today's date is Monday the 4th of December. It's 9:54 in the morning. 5 days ago, I got my gyno surgery done, finally. After 17 years of wanting it done, I finally got it done. So, literally to the hour, 9 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday last week, I went into the surgeon, he started cutting. Okay, so that's literally 5 days ago. Now this video, I want to cover my full recovery. So we're 5 days in. I'm at a stage now where I can move around. I can sort of start, lifting things. I can, hold my weight through my arms, in which case that means that my chest is tensing. Obviously, I'm not tensing my chest full on yet. In fact, I'm really scared to do that, to be honest, but we'll get into all of that. I think this video is pretty much going to cover like the next probably 2 or 3 weeks. So in which case this video will be coming out probably at least halfway through December, if not later on in the month. I want to show you guys my full recovery. Like I said, we're 5 days in. I want this video to span, probably up until I go back in the gym. At the moment, there is no way in hell I'd be stepping back in the gym, but we'll get into all of that. I've actually bought some groceries. I want to stay in shape whilst I can't train, so I'm going to talk about that as well. But yeah, overall 5 days in, feeling good. I'll talk to you guys in a second.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up.
Alright, let me have a drink here. Iced black coffees from Gloria Jeans. You gotta get on them. They're fucking good. Alright, so where are we? Fuck. Honestly, the last 5 days has been a bit of a whirlwind. I live in Alice Springs, as you guys know. I travelled to Queensland, to the Gold Coast, to get my surgery done. And the surgeon, he was awesome. He really put me at ease. I got recommended him through someone else. This is a surgeon that does it in his own practice, so he's not working for a hospital, he's not working in a hospital, he does it, he's basically got a room. I feel like the way he does it, he's got a theatre room, he's got a surgical room, he's got a consulting office, he's got a couple of nurses that work for him, he's got a receptionist, and he must just rent the space. So anyway, I had full confidence in the surgeon. He's done thousands and thousands of gyno surgeries, especially on bodybuilders as well. Obviously, someone who has a bit of shape to their pec muscle, the result is going to be totally different than someone who has no pec muscle and is pretty much all fat. In which case I would say, before you go and get surgery, get in shape, start building a little bit of muscle so that your result can, the end result can be the best possible. I'm hoping for a really good result. At the moment, guys, it is swollen as fuck. I will show you that, but first of all, I want to show you what I've bought. Since I got the surgery, I didn't eat for the first 2 days. The painkillers fucked me up quite a bit. I was quite nauseous. So on the 3rd day, I started eating. Obviously, it's been 5 days now. And so the truth is, I've binged probably for the last 3 days straight. I'm gonna start tracking my diet. I can't train for like the next 2 or 3 weeks, so all I can do is control my diet. Pretty much had no protein for the last, 5 days. So it's time to get things back in order. So what that means, guys, is that once I'm fully healed, I'm not going to be, the last thing I want to do is put on body fat whilst healing, because that could change the result. I want to be as lean as possible so that once the swelling goes down, it's really going to take the shape of the muscle. I don't want any extra fat there to diminish the results. Obviously, I could lose that fat in the future, but the last thing I want is for this to be healing and for me to be, getting fatter at the same time. That just doesn't, that's not what I want. I want to be getting leaner, if anything, whilst this is healing, okay? So with that said, what do we got? We got a lot of protein sources. My favorite, guys, is turkey mince. I've got 4 of these. What I like to do with my turkey mince is I like to mix it up with some herbs, maybe an egg, and make little patties. So whether I have those in burgers, whether I have them by themselves, whether I put little pieces of the burger in salads, it's a really nice way to have this. Fortunately, Steggall's turkey mince is quite a lean cut as opposed to other cuts that I've seen. So macros, we got 26.6 grams of protein, 6.5 grams of fat, and no carbs per serve. 4 serves a packet, so if I eat the whole thing, it's 100 grams of protein and probably about 25 grams of fat. So that's a good protein source. As well as that, we've got some salmon. I treated myself. It was on special. I was like, fuck it. You know what? These next couple of weeks I can't concentrate on training, so I'm going to concentrate on cooking. I really want to cook some nice meals. So we've got the turkey, we've got the salmon, we've got some flavored, marinated chicken breast. That's going to be really nice. I think it's a Thai flavor. We've got some diced chicken breast, already ready to go for some stir fries if I want to do that. So I'll put these in the freezer. Obviously all this meat I'm not going to be able to cook straight away, so whatever I don't cook, I'm going to put in the freezer. We've got some egg whites. Staple, absolute staple of my diet, whether they come in liquid form or frozen. I've got 2 liquid so I can use them straight away, and I've got 1 frozen, which I will put in the fridge and it'll defrost in its own time. We've got some steak, rump steak. Steak I would never buy. Honestly, like these two, quite high fat meats, I would never buy. 1, because of the price, 2, because I'm always looking to lower my fats. But, you know, if I'm lowering my carbs, I'm going to up my fats, so that's what we're going to do. I've got some hummus, we have 2 Greek yogurts, mixed berries, green veggies, salad mix. I've got some milk for my protein shakes. We've got another protein source, tuna. Now this tuna flavour I would have to recommend. It's probably one of the only ones that has decent macros and tastes alright. So it's an Italian flavour, tomato, onion, basil, salt, garlic, and tuna. And it's really nice. 11.2 grams of protein, no fat, no carbs. You can't go wrong. No, there's 2.7 grams of carbs. 11 protein, no fat, 2.7 carb. We've got some spices. I went with steak seasoning and black pepper. And we've got some asparagus, which were on special. So, like, steak and asparagus as a meal is absolutely delicious. Salmon and asparagus as a meal is delicious. You know, you don't need a huge amount of carbs. You don't need, like, I've got a huge sweet tooth. That is where I fail. Okay, so my carbohydrate sources, I don't normally go for your rice, your potatoes, your starchy ones. I go for carbs where I can add maybe some honey on it or something to make it a sweet carbohydrate source, but not too high in sugar. So, alright, so with all that being said, you guys know how my diet is going to be tracking over the next couple of weeks. Now I'm going to show you guys how my chest is looking. So Wednesday last week got the surgery. Friday morning I went in and got my drains taken out. They redressed my 2 little incisions underneath my nipple. So at that point, I had a little look down. Obviously I could see it. They were very, very swollen, but because I'd had the compression vest on that I'm wearing at the moment, and I hadn't taken it off, and I'd done everything by the book, the swelling, the bruising was very minimal. That was after 2 days, okay? We're 5 days deep now. If anything, I think the swelling has slightly gone down, but the bruising has come on. So I'll show you guys what we're looking like. Like, in the first couple of days, I would not have been able to do that. Like, I was just, if anything, I was too scared to move too much because I thought I might rip something, or, you know, that would be disastrous, wouldn't it? But anyways, this is the compression vest that I've had to wear 24 hours a day for the last 5 days. Apparently, I am to wear this 24 hours a day for the first 7 days. For the second 7 days, taking me up to 2 weeks, I wear it at night only. So that is going to be a relief. I fucking hate wearing this thing. It's very annoying, but it's definitely part of the process, what you got to do. So what we've got a zip, and then we've got these little clips here like a corset. So I'll take it off and I'll show you guys how we are looking. Obviously I'm not going to be able to show you exactly what I looked like beforehand, but feel free to look at some of my previous videos to see what I did look like. But at the moment it is still very, very swollen underneath here. This is not the line of the muscle, that's for sure. This is swelling. Underneath here, the bruising, like, okay, there is 2 smaller square bandages over my nipples, okay? And then over the top of that are these waterproof ones. So I could probably take these bigger square bandages off and be fine, but the reality is that I want to keep it waterproof at the moment. I'm going to get it redressed either today or tomorrow. These have been on for 3 days now. I've had a shower, obviously completely waterproof. But yeah, underneath you can see these smaller square bandages. So those I assume are under the nipple. And obviously where the nipple's going to be placed was, after the gyno was removed, was one of my major concerns. And so I guess I can slowly start to see exactly where it's going to be. But at the moment, I'm not exactly sure what's under there, what's waiting for me. I'm going to go and get it redressed, like I said, but then I'll be able to see the extent of the bruising and stuff. But as far as I can see, it's, you know, it's spread. The nipple's right here, the cut would be somewhere along here, and the bruising, it has spread like all the way along here. So that's bruising there, that's bruising there, that's bruising there, bruising, all the way along. So yeah, that's how we're looking. It's very swollen. Like I said, I don't even want to try and tense it. If I do, I'm not going to try and tense it. It feels tight. It feels like I shouldn't try and tense it, basically. So guys, this is where we're at. 5 days post surgery. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, you know, I'm not feeling nauseous anymore. I haven't taken any painkillers for 2 days. I was on endone. I've never had that before. It's a very powerful painkiller. It certainly worked. But you know, what I will say is that the only time I really struggled with pain was the first 4 hours post-surgery, basically waiting for the painkillers to kick in. Once they kicked in, I seemed to be fine. I pretty much slept on and off for those first 2 days because I was just quite out of it. I hadn't eaten, I was very weak. So from there to this point, I've started eating again. I've got myself back in action, so I'm feeling all right. I'm going to go get this redressed today. Actually, I've decided I'm going to do that. I will see you guys back here in another 2 days, and we will be 7 days post-surgery. Okay?